Hello there, it's Carrie Rhodes here. Welcome back to my stamp studio here in Eagle, Idaho, and another card making video. This is episode 3 of my April stamp set of the month series. This month I am featuring the Lawn Fawn stamp set, Tiny Friends. This week, the Tiny Friends are getting married, they are going to the fair, and these cards are Mini Slimline shaker cards. So lots of fun, and there is also a giveaway this month sponsored by Lawn Fawn. They are giving me a $25 shopping spree to their store to raffle off to one of you. All you need to do to enter is leave a comment below on this video and the other 3 videos in this series. Now, one will come out next week, and there's already 2 that came out. I'll link them for you below in case you hadn't seen those ones yet, and let me know what you think of the cards. That's it. So let's jump in and get started making these Mini Slimline shaker cards with Tiny Friends. I am bringing out this Mini Slimline die set from Trinity Stamps and using the smallest rectangle to die cut an opening in this 3x6 piece of cardstock. I'm going to die cut 2 of these since I'm making 2 cards today. And then I can line the back of these with a piece of window sheet or acetate. I'm gluing that into place with my Bearly Art Glue on both of these panels. I can set those aside to dry and then get started on the background for my card. I'm bringing in these Slimline Hillside stencils from Lawn Fawn and some Mowed Lawn Distress Oxide ink to do the bottom hill for my first card. And then I can also use this same stencil as a mask, so I can then add in a second hill. When you do this, you want to leave just a teeny tiny sliver of the hill showing so you don't have a white gap between the 2. Then I'll tape down the second stencil in place so that I can add a darker shade for my background hill. This is Rustic Wilderness, one of my new favorite Distress Oxide colors for grass and such things. So there are my 2 hills, and now I can have kind of a layered scene. For the background of my shaker, I am doing some cloud stenciling using tumbled glass Distress Oxide. Now this cloud stencil is from My Favorite Things. Lawn Fawn also has a cloud stencil. I just happened to buy this one first, and it works great. I'm using it for mini slimlines, but of course it works for the full-size slimlines as well. So there is my background. I'll set those aside and stamp out my Tiny Friends. Now I only need 2 Tiny Friends for this one. This is the card where they are going to the chapel to get married. And if you now have that song stuck in your head, you can thank me and join me because I've been singing it for a week now. I also have the Happy Village stamp set and the Sweet Shops, Village Shops stamp set. That's it. Because I needed 3 houses that kind of would snuggle in together on a 3-inch wide panel. So I'll stamp that 3rd house in a minute. I forgot to. And then I'm just going to color out all these images. The Tiny Friends are really tiny, right? So you don't need that many markers to color in each section. 2 colors to blend with is plenty, and if it's really tiny, you can just do 1. Now for the little boy there, he's a man because he's getting married, I drew in a little tie. He had a V-neck shirt, so it was really easy to add a tie. And then for my bride, I felt like she needed pink hair, and it's kind of inspired by my friend Lauren Taylor. So Lauren, if you're watching, that's your pink hair. I love it. It's super cute. And now I'm coloring in my church. I'm making it white with like a black roof, and I just wanted it to have like a fresh, clean look, and I thought a pop of color with a blue door would be really fun. And then I'm coloring out the houses. I really wanted to just have fun with the colors on these, and so I did 1 brown, 1 blue, and then this 3rd one that I'm about to stamp is going to be yellow. So then I'll have just a variety of different colors. I like that when not all the houses look exactly the same. You know what I mean? Yeah. All right, so I'll add a little pop of color to this house with a red awning. Now this is the one from the Village Shops, so it's supposed to be a shop, but I thought it could pass for a house. What do you think? All right, so here's my yellow house, and I'm going to play with black and gray for the roofs and the door. and I think it turned out cute. For my trees, I used the same brown as my roof and the hair for the boy, and then I used some G markers for the tops of the trees. And there are all the markers I used to color out my images, and now I'm going to die cut them out. And why are they so cute die cut out? I don't know, but I needed a couple birds for this card. So I liked this flying bird from the Happy Harvest set, but I wanted a reverse image. So I stamped it on my gel press and then put my paper down and picked up the reversed image. It's so super easy and it looks amazing. So I recommend that as a great way or another way to use your gel press. And then I'll color out these little birds. I thought this color combination turned out really good. B01 and B18, and then some yellow beaks. And they're so cute. So cute. Then I'm going to add white highlights. I'm going to die cut out the one bird, and you might think I can't die cut out the reverse image, but I can. I'm going to hold this up to the light, and because it's Copic colored, I can see it. So I'm going to hold it up against my window that is right in front of my desk. And I'm going to tape that die in place like that, run it through my super cute mini die cut machine from Huffy Doodle, and voila, I die cut the reverse image. I feel very proud of myself. And then I have my wavy sayings and I stamped congratulations, and now it's time to put all the things together. So I'm going to glue these down. I will have a couple things popped up, and then I'm going to trim off the excess cardstock here. I don't need that. This is going to be on the front of my card with a shaker behind it. So my church is going to be popped up. I'll pop up the trees also on either side of that church, and then I'm going to glue, no, I did pop up my little bride and groom, and then I thought I'd stamp a heart right above them. Well, I didn't really like the heart, and I went to bed with that heart there, and the next day I was like, I couldn't sleep because of that heart. I'm going to have to change it. So at the very end of the video, you'll see how I fixed that. So I just laid my top panel. Do you see I glued the village scene on top of my window piece that I made at the front of the video? Now I'm laying that onto my cloudy background and adding in my sun and my clouds, just using that as kind of a reference so I don't get them too hidden behind anything. Now I covered the back with some foam tape, making a square or a reservoir for my bird seed. This is my shaker bits. I don't want any of it to escape, so I made sure the ends of that foam tape touched, and so when I shake it, nothing is going to come out. And then I sandwiched the two together, trapping that bird seed in place. And I got a little more than I wanted to for this card. I kind of wanted it to be totally hidden when the card's held up, but yeah, it's fine. I like it. And then I'm going to have the birds hold my little congratulations banner. So I'm just going to tuck them behind that banner there. And I think it looks really super cute with those blue birds. Something blue. You got to have something blue, right? And the bird seed is borrowed. Might be old too. Okay, so I just glued that onto my mini slimline card, which measures 6 by 6. Scored at 3 inches, and there you can hear the shaker. Isn't it awesome? There is a shaker card number 1. Here we go. Love it. Love it. So there is a fun little wedding card using the Tiny Friends. For card number 2, I'm going to add just a little dusting of mowed lawn ink across the bottom of this 3 by 6 panel. I really don't need the whole 3 inches, but I am going to trim that down and kind of like to figure out how big my scene is going to be before I do that. So I stamped out some images from the Coaster Critters set because these images fit perfectly with the Tiny Friends. Just like the Village stamp sets fit perfectly with the Tiny Friends. I'm loving all the fun things I'm finding to use with my Tiny Friends. So I added some clouds just like I did on card number 1. This time I'm going to splatter it with some liquid stardust. Now my liquid stardust got really low, so I just added some water to it, and now I use it just for splatter, and I love it. It's perfect. So once I started laying out my scene, I realized I wanted another booth to fill it in. I stamped the word food on this one, and if I'm going to have a food booth, I need food. So I stamped a cotton candy, and if I'm going to have cotton candy, I need to have someone to eat it. And if I'm going to sell cotton candy, I need a little person inside to sell it, and I need somebody to eat it. So I stamped out a bunch more images, and then I colored those, die cut them, and I'm going to put everything together. So my little old lady, she's going to sell the food, and the little old man, he's going to sell the tickets. They have had this carnival for a long time, and it's a big part of the community, and everybody loves to go, especially around the 4th of July or Memorial Weekend. So I thought it would be fun to make a red, white, and blue card, and I have the perfect shaker elements from Craft Supplies by CC, one of the Etsy shops I like to buy my embellishments from. I'll link that for you below if you want to check it out too. And I put my little friends inside those roller coaster cars, and then we can put the whole thing together. So this time I trimmed it down before I glued my pieces on. I could have used like a Hillside border die. I mean, I have all those things. A grassy something. I don't know what I was thinking today. Or not thinking, probably is the case. So I'm going to glue those little cars down to the coaster. It's so cute. I love that I don't have to put just critters inside these booths and cars now that I have my tiny friends. It's like a renewed way to use your older stamp sets, right? Okay, so now I'm going to glue this down to my second window panel, and that will be the front for my shaker card. Inside the shaker card are the Americana shaker elements, and there are little beads. There are they look like sprinkles, and there's little clay flags in there as well. All red, white, and blue, perfect for this card. So I'm sealing that up with my cloudy background, and I made sure that my foam tape was touching on all sides so none of those cute little pieces would escape. I have a blue banner, and I am using my happy wavy sayings this time to stamp "You're My Hero." Oh, perfect, right? So I'll emboss that with white and glue it down to the top of this card, and it needed a little bit more embellishment. So after I glue this down to my 3x6 card, I punched out some tiny stars with a handheld star punch. If it's still available at Spellbinders, I'll link it below, and I punched it out from some red glitter paper. And then I just stuck 5 of those in and around the top of my card. And because I used embellishments on this card, I thought, let me pull out these Red Hots from Honeybee and add them to my first card. So that's what I'm going to glue over the top of that black heart that it just didn't pop for me. It wasn't special enough. So then I needed to add a few more hearts in and around my card. So I glued those down after having a fight with my jewel picker. We don't get along. I don't know what it is. I think I need to upgrade my tool. So there are my 2 Mini Slimline shaker cards using tiny friends that make me all kinds of happy. And I will be back again next Tuesday at 8 p.m. with episode 4 to finish off this month's series. Make sure you leave a comment below on this video and the others in the series so you can be entered to win the $25 shopping spree to Lawn Fawn. If you're new here, feel free to subscribe. I have new videos all the time sharing my stamping creations, and I will see you all again very soon with a new video. Happy stamping! Bye!